in the cheap seats, we have you back there. Okay, closer? Is that better? Okay, perfect. This day would not be complete without each and every one of you being here today. So on behalf of Terry, the mother of the bride, myself, and Andy and Bonnie Sulzbach, we thank you for joining us tonight. We want to thank Father Joe for just an unbelievable ceremony. I was planning to actually thank his boss for the great weather we had today. But I actually realized that it was a higher authority. I'm sure Mom was up there telling the good Lord this had to be perfect, and it was. Now, the whole event today, the person who was probably most influential in taking Emmy's dream, which she's had for many, many months, ever since Chris proposed, and we have to thank Chris, because without Chris making the proposal, none of us the person who I got many, 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 many emails, phone messages, voicemails, okay, is Terry Geckel, the mother of the bride. And coming up here tonight to use the P word, so it was perfect. Now, what I also found out on Good Source is that come Monday morning, on Sogetti's website, they now have a service for wedding planning. So it's a new service line for Sogetti. So Terry's new business cards have been imprinted. They're going to be on the back table when you leave today, and it also includes bar mitzvahs if we have any Jewish friends here today. But in terms of preparing my comments for tonight, I didn't want to be funny, but I wanted to be thoughtful. And I go back and I look at my daughter, who was this little girl who kind of jumped into the world because there was a sale of Bambergers the day she was born. I mean, we were at the hospital, I can remember, the third push, and she was here. And then as she grew up, she was this little Girl Scout who, going through the days of her cookie runs, was as she would come home and say, "Daddy, I was the bestest of the best," which meant she sold the most cookies. And thinking about that, I know Richard Gurley's here tonight. He owes me for 2 boxes of Thin Mints. So let's not forget that. And then, through high school, through college, she kept growing up in front of me, and I really didn't realize it. And I think it was back in 1996. We had a write-off for an extra ticket for the '96 Olympics back in Atlanta. I had 3 tickets. I had Emily, I had Peter, and I had 1 ticket. So I asked each of them if they would write a letter why they should get the extra ticket for their friend. Well, I won't tell you what Peter wrote. But Emily wrote that she would need to bring her friend Emily Souter, because she was now a young woman and she had to do these young woman things, and she needed someone to go to the ladies' room with her. So that's when I realized my little girl was growing up. Sorry?
I was smart.
I know. And then Peter brought Scott Sullivan. Scott, your wallet is, I think, in the back room, inside joke. So, but one of the things I shared with some of the people last night at the rehearsal dinner was that I never questioned any of Emily's decisions. I mean, I can honestly say that, but for one small one, which I won't go into the details. I did that last night. But, so that when she picked Chris to spend the rest of her life with, I knew she made the right decision. I mean, it's nothing you can sit here and convince me otherwise. So that's why we're here today. And the father of the bride is supposed to go through this long speech of all this advice for the newlyweds. And the only thing I can tell you is always put the other person first. And if you do that the rest of your life, you will have it. I mean, there's a saying that a happy marriage begins with marrying the person you love and then it blossoms as you love the person you married. So just keep doing that. So what I want to be able to do is when the two of you wake up tomorrow morning for the first time, first time you'll wake up as husband and wife, okay? And you will look at each other and realize that the person you're looking at is the person that you're going to be spending the rest of your life. So my wish to you is that for all future mornings when you wake up and you turn to each other, that you share the same look that you share today. So all the best. We love you.